Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's get started. My name is Sinta Mulia Rasani with student number 097. Today we will explore topic about morpheme cutting analysis. Morpheme cutting analysis, also known as morphemic cutting or morphological analysis, is a linguistic method used to break down words into their smallest meaningful units called morphemes. A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in a word that cannot be further divided without losing its meaning. This process helps linguists understand the structure and meaning of words by identifying prefix, roots, suffix, and other components within a word. For example, the word unhappiness can be analyzed into three morphemes. The first word is un, that a prefix meaning not. Second word is happy, that the root morpheme, and third word is ness, a suffix indicating a state or quality. Morphemic cutting is useful for studying how words are formed, including inflectional and derivational processes, and for understanding relationships between words in a language. The next slide is types of morpheme cutting analysis. Morphemes are the smallest units of meaning in a language, and they can be classified into two main categories based on whether they can stand alone or not. For the first one is free morphemes. Free morphemes can stand alone as independent words without needing to attach to other morphemes. Jadi, free morphemes atau morfem bebas itu dapat berdiri sendiri sebagai kata tanpa harus melekat pada morfem lain. They are further divided into, for the first one is lexical morphemes. These are content words that carry the main meaning and can accept a fix, that prefix or suffix. Example include nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Lexical morphem ini dapat berdiri sendiri dan dapat menerima imbuhan prefix atau suffix. Contohnya seperti kata benda, kata kerja, kata sifat, dan juga kata keterangan. Contohnya, happy, run, blue, and quickly. Number 2 is functional morphemes. These are function words that also stand alone but usually do not accept affix. They include prepositions, pronouns, conjunctions, articles, and demonstratives. Functional morphemes dapat berdiri sendiri tetapi tidak dapat menerima imbuhan. Jenis ini meliputi preposisi seperti kata at, on, atau pronoun seperti kata I or you, conjunction seperti kata and, but, interjeksi seperti kata wow, artikel seperti kata a or the, and demonstratif seperti kata this or those, or those. Number 2 is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes cannot stand alone and must attach to a free morpheme to convey meaning. Bound morphem atau morfem terikat. Bound morphem adalah morfem yang tidak dapat berdiri sendiri dan harus melekat pada free morphem untuk membentuk kata. Bound morphem dibagi menjadi dua, yaitu yang pertama, derivational morphemes. These morphemes change the meaning or the part of speech, word class of a word. They are usually prefix or suffix. Example, un in the word unhappy, ness in the word happiness, miss in the word misunderstand. Number 2, inflectional morphemes. These morphemes modify a word's tense, number, position, or comparison without changing its word class or core meaning. Example, as, plural as in dogs, ed, past tense as in walked, and in present participle as in running. Nah, untuk bound morphemes ini sendiri juga dibagi menjadi 3 karena dia mendapatkan imbuhan. Yang pertama ada prefix, yaitu added to the beginning of a word, yang dimana prefix ini ditambahkan pada awal kata, seperti un di kata unhappy dan re di kata rewrite. Yang kedua ada suffix, added to the end of a word, yaitu tambahan atau imbuhan pada akhir kata, seperti s di kata cats, and ed di kata walk, and in di kata running. Dan yang terakhir, nomor 3 itu adalah infix, inserted within a word less common in English but exists in some languages. Berikut adalah types of morphem in the table. Jenis morphem, free morphem dibagi menjadi dua, lexical morphem and functional morphem. Yang lexical morphem bisa berdiri sendiri dan dapat menerima imbuhan seperti contoh kata happy, enforce, and downward. Sedangkan yang functional morphem bisa berdiri sendiri tetapi tidak dapat menerima imbuhan seperti kata and, I, the, or wow. One morphem dibagi menjadi dua, yaitu derivational morphem and inflectional morphem. Derivational morphem yaitu mengubah kelas kata atau makna, bisa juga mendapat yang berupa imbuhan seperti an, nes, or mis. Sedangkan functional morphem tidak dapat mengubah kelas kata atau makna dan menunjukkan aspek. Derivational morphem, inflectional morphem ini mengubah kelas kata atau makna, tetap berfungsi untuk menunjukkan aspek gramatikal seperti jamak, tense, atau kepemilikan. Contoh, dog yang ditambahi dengan huruf S menjadi dogs, menjadi jamak. Terus kemudian ada white yang ditambah ed menjadi whites sebagai past tense. The process of morphem cutting analysis. For morphem cutting analysis, you will typically follow these steps. For the first one, identify the word you want to analyze. Number 2, look for any prefix at the beginning of the word. Spare them if they are cognizable morphems. Number 3, look for any suffix at the end of the word. Spare them if they are cognizable morphems. Number 4, what remains in the root or stem. Number 5, if the remaining part can be further broken down into meaningful units, continue the process. Example of morphem cutting analysis. For the word unhappiness, un as prefix plus happy as root plus ness as suffix. Number 2, word rewrites. Re as prefix plus write is root plus s for suffix. Cats, cat for root as plus s as suffix. Walking, walk as root plus ing as suffix. Nationalization, nation for root plus al is suffix plus az for suffix plus asian for suffix. The last one, disagreement. This for prefix plus agree for root plus man is suffix. Okay, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.